100 days in Beyond All Reason. Day 2. The Cost of Progress. Commander Log. Day 2. I survived yesterday, at least long enough to learn from it. Day 1 ended in fire. A destroyed command core, a failed defense, and more questions than answers. But every commander has a first defeat. What matters is whether they learn from it. Today, we try again. New battlefield. Desert planet. Seth's Ravine. 5 Armada commanders against 5 Cortex war machines. My call sign, Bubba. Let's see if Bubba can survive longer than yesterday. I remembered my first lesson. Economy comes first. 3 metal extractors. 2 sentry turrets. Then a bot lab. Nothing flashy. Just a stronger foundation than the one I built yesterday. Progress doesn't always look impressive. Sometimes, it's simply making fewer mistakes. The pawns were first onto the battlefield. Cheap, fast, disposable, or at least, they were supposed to be. Turns out, controlling an army is harder than building one. I pushed too far, reacted too slowly, watched my pawns disappear one after another. Yesterday, I blamed the enemy. Today, I knew the mistakes were mine. That's frustrating, but it's also progress. Because now, I could actually see what I was doing wrong. Cortex wasn't going to wait for me to improve. Their forces kept probing the front, testing every weakness, looking for one mistake they could turn into victory. This time, I didn't run. I stepped onto the front line myself. The commander isn't just a builder, he's a weapon. The D-gun answered every unit that got too close. For the first time, I wasn't hiding behind my base. I was holding it. Then came the turning point. We established a gauntlet overlooking the center of the battlefield. First, it looked like just another turret. Then the enemy walked into its range, and everything changed. Wave after wave crashed into it. Metal turned into wreckage. Wreckage turned into opportunity. Every failed Cortex assault bought us another minute. Another chance. Yesterday, I was running from the enemy. Today, they were running from us. With the center secured, the heavy armor rolled in. Centurions, slow, powerful, built to hold the line. Alongside them, covering every advance, supporting every push. For the first time, it felt like I was part of the army, not just watching it. Little by little, the battlefield shifted. Enemy positions collapsed. Our front advanced. Cortex was losing ground. We were winning. Maybe yesterday wasn't just a defeat. Maybe it was the beginning of becoming a commander. Confidence is a dangerous thing, especially when you've only earned a little of it. Just when it felt like the tide had finally turned, the battlefield reminded me of something. War doesn't end because you think you're winning. It ends when one side can no longer fight. While our forces pushed forward, a small Cortex strike force broke through. Not enough to destroy the army, just enough to find me. I fought back with everything the commander had left. The D-gun bought precious seconds, but not enough. Commander Bubba has fallen. Boom. I expected everything to collapse. That's how day one ended. But this time, the lines held. My teammates kept fighting. The gauntlet still guarded the center. The Centurions continued their advance. Even without me, the battle refused to end. Minutes passed. Neither Armada nor Cortex could land the final blow. Every push was answered. Every breakthrough was stopped. The desert became a graveyard of twisted metal. Neither side willing to surrender. Neither side strong enough to finish the war. Yesterday, I lost everything. Today, I held the line. I built stronger. I fought smarter. I even helped turn the battle. But experience has taught me something else. Progress isn't measured only by victories. Sometimes, progress is surviving longer, making fewer mistakes, leaving your team in a better position than you found it. Today wasn't a victory. It wasn't a defeat either. It was proof that I'm no longer the commander who landed here on day one. There's still fear, still doubt, still so much I don't understand. But the battlefield doesn't feel quite as unfamiliar anymore. Tomorrow, the war continues, and so do I. Mission log. Commander Bubba. Location: Seth's Ravine Remake. Status: killed in action. Operation result: draw. Lessons learned: the line can hold, even when the commander falls. Days remaining: 98.